Donald Trump is now posting the following from the golf course after he tanked the markets on Friday. In all caps, he posts, "Only the weak will fail." And then he released the following press release. Week 11 wins. President Trump unleashes economic prosperity. It was another highly successful week for the American people, says Donald Trump, as President Donald J. Trump continues his relentless pursuit of strength, prosperity, and peace, and lays the foundation for America to be the global powerhouse for generations to come. That's an actual press release issued moments ago by the Trump regime. Also, the regime propagandists like right-wing podcasters such as Benny Johnson, they are all out there coordinating their message. Here's what they're saying to their listeners and viewers. Losing money means nothing. Digital ones and zeros. In the end, you won't miss any of it. Losing your country costs you everything. You will never get that back. Your kids will be slaves to foreign powers who hate us. Without America First policies, we become slaves. Fight. It should be noted that Donald Trump is currently playing golf at a tournament sponsored by a Saudi-backed tournament known as Live, who are paying Donald Trump to do that. By the way, when Donald Trump says only the strong will survive, or as he goes, only the weak will fail is the language he used. Okay, only the weak will fail, Donald? Well, let's take a look at your history of running companies into the ground. Trump Magazine, Trump Vodka, Trump Airlines, Trump Steaks, Trump Water, Trump Mortgage, Trump Travel, Trump the Game. Although I feel like we're all non-consenting participants in a dystopian hellscape game right now that Trump is toying with the lives of Americans and people around the world. Trump Casinos should have an asterisk, multiple Trump casinos he bankrupted. Trump University, which then led to fraud lawsuits, which he settled. Trump Foundation, and now Trump is breaking the United States economy. Also, we're learning that billionaires who supported Donald Trump are poised to lose nearly $500 billion in just 2 days. For the world's 500 richest people, this would be the biggest 2-day loss ever recorded in the history of the United States of America. The headline from Barron's right now is, Trump is fighting a trade war he can't win. The stock market is the loser. This from Fortune. They write, Trump is a drunk driver taking the economy off the cliff into a needless recession, just as we warned. I mean, perhaps Jeffrey Sonnenfeld and Stephen Tien warned, but I don't know about other people from that magazine. Also, Warren Buffett is denying a post that Donald Trump made, where Trump is saying that Warren Buffett said that Donald Trump was brilliant for tanking the economy. Donald Trump made a post saying that he's intentionally crashing the stock market. And in this post, it was a repost of some bizarre TikTok video that looked like some get rich quick scheme. Donald Trump said Warren Buffett says this is brilliant and that this is a great strategy. Buffett never said that, as we pointed out earlier this morning. Here's the official statement from Buffett. There are reports currently circulating on social media, including Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok, regarding comments allegedly made by Warren Buffett. All such reports are false. Let me tell you where they're emanating from, Warren Buffett. They're emanating from Donald Trump. Donald Trump is currently making those posts right now and crediting you for saying that as he tanks our economy. Donald Trump is also posting this. China played it wrong. They panicked. The one thing they can't afford to do, exclamation point, what, is panic. Then Donald Trump threatens the Federal Reserve Chairman, Jerome Powell. Trump writes, this would be a perfect time for Fed Chairman Jerome Powell to cut interest rates. He is always late, but he can now change his image and quickly emerge. Energy prices are down, interest rates are down, inflation is down, even eggs are down 69%, and jobs are up, all within 2 months. A big win for America. Cut interest rates, Jerome, and stop playing politics. He puts that in all exclamation points, by the way, as well. Donald Trump pretending that America's thriving right now and doing great as we're heading towards a great recession, perhaps a Great Depression bigger than what took place in 1929, as Donald Trump is basically taking the Smoot-Hawley tariffs that drove us into a horrific recession, and he's imposing a multiple of that, tariffing the world and also making the United States look utterly stupid by tariffing islands in Antarctica that have just penguins living on it, and then another island that just has American military bases on it, just showing how utterly stupid he looks. I've heard this theory, and this one makes a lot of sense to me. Donald Trump is following an authoritarian playbook. Authoritarians do not care if the people in their countries are suffering, right? Authoritarians don't care about the economic suffering of their people, but what they care about is that people beg them and pledge allegiance to them. So as part of Donald Trump's vengeance and retribution tour, what's he doing? Destroying the economy. Why? He also hates banks. He hates Wall Street. Why? Because he thinks that they never treated him with respect, and Trump doesn't have a lot of his own money in Wall Street, although Trump media stock is doing bad as well. So Donald Trump wants to get revenge on Wall Street, on law firms, and then the authoritarian playbook is make people beg him for exemptions, have countries run to him so that he can say, I give you an exemption, I give you an exemption, and then make all the people in America suffer so he can dish out breadcrumbs. That's his plan. Anthony Scaramucci writes, imagine President Harris taking $10 trillion out of the global stock markets in the first 80 days of her presidency. What would Fox News be doing then? What would Fox News be saying then? Take a look at just what the S&P 500 looks like in this grid format right here, ending the week down 9.1%, the biggest decline since March 2020. Again, a self-inflicted Great Depression caused by Donald Trump. S&P losing $5 trillion in value as you look at the markets. The Dow down 2,200 or about 5.5% at close. S&P down about 6% at close or 322 points. The Nasdaq down about 6% or 962 points. Oh, by the way, here's the video that Donald Trump posted. Trump is purposefully crashing the economy. Amy Klobuchar, Democratic senator, went on CNN, and here's what she had to say. Play this clip.
On his Truth Social platform. And it was someone who suggested that Trump is purposefully crashing the market. It's a little graphic, and you can see it there on your screen. And he recirculated this image. What do you make of the fact that he did that? And do you think he is crashing the market on purpose?
First of all, I was thinking to myself, did he do that while he was on the golf course or while he was dining at Mar-a-Lago? I hope to God he's not doing that. He's long been skeptical about the way all of this works. But at the same time, he never seems to care about those little small businesses or those small farms or the guy pushing the mop in the Capitol. That's not who he's looking out for. So I have no idea. But what I do know is that it is time for him to realize that this did not work. It's going to be a disaster. We look at our economy, which had come out of the pandemic stronger than most. My state had one of the lowest unemployment rates that we've seen in recent years, the last few years. And now look at what's happening.
And then finally, former Obama economic advisor Robert Wolf went on Fox, and here's what he had to say. Play this clip.
It says this big, beautiful economy that actually was rolling pretty good with jobs and inflation coming down feels more like the Game of Thrones Red Wedding. I mean, it is not going well. This is being executed poorly. His economic advisors are being intellectually dishonest. Trade wars are bad. Tariffs are a tax. Consumer prices are not going down. We're 70% a consumer-driven country. So building a moat around the United States with protectionist and isolationist economic policies are not positive. And this isn't me saying it. This is JP Morgan, 60% chance of a recession. Heritage Foundation is for free trade and thinks tariffs are poor. I think Steve and I have always been for targeted tariffs. Go after the Eurozone on auto. Go after China on steel and intellectual property. But across the board is just coming back to haunt us. Yeah. And the markets are efficient. I disagree with Secretary of State Rubio. It's not just the businesses are getting reset. They're going to actually look at what happened at Whirlpool in Iowa. They cut over 500 jobs.
I hear
and
you.
By the way, today, the senator of Iowa and the senator of Washington are doing a bipartisan bill to possibly take away some of the powers. To take control
back. And Congress really has not been muscular on any of these issues, even though they had the power to be, and probably should have been a long time ago. Stephen Robert, thank you.
I'll share this with you as well. Right-wing podcaster Jason Jason Portnoy. Dave Portnoy, lost $7 million today. He was Trump adjacent or Trump supporting, with part of the whole podcast bro movement, saying that Trump was going to make him rich and make all these people money. Here, watch this clip.
I almost tweeted out, Dave, how much are you down right now in today? 7 million. I'm down $7 million in stocks and crypto. And it's tariff city. Trump has put his tariffs all over the place. I've been trying to understand them. I don't. Like, it's more a trade deficit tariff to me. Like, hey, we get this much shit from you and you get this much from us. Let's even that up. Let's get some wacky formula and do tariffs. And everything's in the shitter because of it.
I think I had someone in my camp when I was younger named Jason Portnoy. That's where I was getting that from. Here's what Scaramucci says about Trump being so idiotic. Play this clip.
This idiot Donald Trump, who was as if Forrest Gump got married to Jacob Marley and they had a baby named Donald Trump, and he's sitting there now. I'm just telling you who he is, okay? And I just want to tell you how stupid he actually really is. We have a British Indian Ocean territory that's actually the designation of a country. And there's nobody living there except U.S. troops. Okay, they're at a base called Diego Garcia, and he's taxing the American military base 10%. Okay, so this is the meanness of Donald Trump. He's gone down to every minuscule country in the world, even countries that have no people. Okay, somebody said last night, the penguins have been ripping us off, Catty K, so we got to put a 37% tariff on them,
And that was from Scaramucci's podcast as well right there. We'll keep you posted every step of the way. I wanted to give you those updates. I'm Ben Meiselas. This is the MeidasTouch podcast. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers. We need to share all of this info now more than ever. Thank you for watching.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.